Good morning, everyone. This is Tony from Her Homestead Skills, and today I would like to expand on my last video, which commented on the fact that there was a recent shortage of cold and flu medications available, and apparently it's that way almost worldwide from what I'm hearing. There are comments from quite a number of you that suggest that there are other remedies besides our pharmaceuticals that we've become accustomed to, and I would agree with that. Obviously, herbs have been used for thousands of years, but before I delve into that, I want to say that I'm not a doctor. I'm not recommending any specific herb for anything. But nor can I. I mean, you should always talk to your doctor or talk to a herbalist if you find that you cannot get the meds you need from your traditional doctor, and ask them what would be safe for your circumstances, because not everybody is the same. And everyone has different issues that they're dealing with, and herbs can interfere with other medications, just like anything else. So care should always be taken if you're taking herbs in a medicinal manner. Suffice to say that, yeah, always speak to a doctor. But I decided to double check my book supply. I've always been thoroughly interested in herbs, and I used to have the most lovely herb garden. It was lush and had, medicinal herbs, culinary herbs, and herbs just because I liked the looks of them or the smell of them. And hopefully one day I will have a herb garden that is comparable, if not bigger. I'm looking to sometime in the future actually do one that it would be double and triple the size of that one. They are actually very beautiful if they're laid out properly. But I find that, yes, I've had a few herb books. I went through my list, and I have this one here. It's one of the first ones. Actually, it was not the first one I bought, I believe. Yes. I believe one of the first ones I purchased was the Herb Bible. And it's the ultimate herb and reference book. And it definitely is very interesting, and it goes through individual herbs, what their uses are, how they were used medicinally or as culinary herbs. Very, very, very interesting book to read, and it has just about all the traditional, normal herbs that you're familiar with. So I found that to be a really good book to read. Then after that, I purchased the complete book of herbs. Once again, this one also included herbal trees. And once again, full pictures of all the herbs and medicinal uses, culinary uses, what they were traditionally known for, all kinds of things. Beautiful pictures and illustrations of everything. So, and then when we get into the medicinal herbs, I did have one quite a while ago that is called the Holistic Herbal, and it's a safe and practical guide to making and using herbal remedies. So this is also something that you can look at, making your own herbal remedies, tinctures, and things of that nature for specific ailments. So yes, we can turn to herbs, and there's no reason in the world why we shouldn't. Look at that as an alternative if traditional medications are not available. Just recently from the thrift store, I picked up another one that I thought was absolutely very interesting. It's called Healing Herbs, and it's the ultimate guide and curative power of nature's medicine So they go into a little more detail into the medicinal qualities of each herb, as well as each herb, you know, all the other, the illustrations, the traditional uses for, and once again, they have an RX feature, which I found was a little bit interesting. Like, let's see if I can find one that I can show you specifically. Ah, there it is, RX with ginger. And they've got the detail right there. So, and that would be okay. In food, seasoned to taste for warm, spicy, aromatic dishes. For motion sickness, there's a recommendation. For ginger tea as a digestive aid, there's another formulation. And weaker ginger preparations may be given for children for colic. So I'm not going to go into a lot of detail, but this book definitely has a little more detail on producing your concoctions. So that's called the Healing Herbs. Now, I did pick this up at likely either Value Village or the other thrift store where I buy books, Salvation Army thrift store. So it did not cost me the full price, which is probably in the $25–30 range today. Last but not least, for years now, I have been buying herbs from a store up in Goodwood, Ontario, Richter's Herbs, and they put out a catalog every single year. And every year, I either have one mailed to me or I go and pick one up. This too goes into the medicinal uses for every single herb that they sell. So if you want a free, quick little guide on their herbs, you can get one of these every year from them. I think I have them from 2018 to 22. I haven't thrown them out. They change very little, obviously, except I don't know if their even pricing has changed. It may have, and perhaps they add some more or take away some herbs, but the format's the same every year, and there are small changes from one season to the next. So that is, so those are some of the books that I have available. And I also believe it's probably a good idea to have a hard copy of some of these things. You can also learn how to make tinctures and salves. I also have a video where I made my own comfrey salve, and you could make a calendula salve pretty much the same way. You could make tinctures and keep them on your shelf. I understand that elderberry syrup is quite popular these days. I don't know if I saw that in one of my books, but certainly there are recipes on how to make elderberry syrup. Now, if you don't have any herb books at your disposal, and some of these are quite old, so you might have some updated recipes that are not to be found in some of these books. The other thing that you can do, obviously, is the internet is a wealth of information on any specific individual herb. But once again, be cautious where you pull your information from off the internet. With herbs, as I said, anything medicinal, one has to take a little bit of care with. You don't just willy-nilly, make medicinal herbs and just give them to people without thought for what their current condition is and what it is that you're treating. So, anyway, hope this was a little bit of interest to you. I know that a lot of people have been commenting on some of the herbal remedies they use. Awesome. I'm glad to hear that we are not all 100% relying on over-the-counter medications that seem to be in short supply. Anyway, this is Tony from Her Homestead Skills. Hope you enjoyed this little video, and we will catch you on the next one. Bye for now.